Okay, we're out here again and found a really great location to really show where one of these cable cams is going to shine. And what we're going to do here is we're going to slap this thing right around this tree and we're going to dart. I see a great line right in front of me here, but I'm going to go further down. So I'm going to aim for, there's a tree way the hell down there, so this could be a great example of why or how one of these cable cams is really going to shine. There's no way in hell you can get a drone down there, and unless you're a stealthy ninja, a gimbal is not going to work really too well with that as well. So let's give it a go. Now keep in mind there's two different lengths here. We have the 50 meter, and then we have the 100 meter. And I'm not going to mess with the 50 meter. We're just going to use the 100, although I think that might have worked anyways. So let's get it on. Alright, so we are set up right now. We're using the 100 meter line. We're stretched out approximately about a good 75 meters or so. One thing I just realized, we need to put these little brakes on because these things are going to save your bacon. So what happens there is if you lose control of the wire light as it's zipping on down here, what this will do is actually break it. And what I'll do here is I'll actually show you what happens. So when we hook this up, you have this thing's riding up on it here. So when it comes up here and it hits this, it'll actually derail this, and so it's actually left hanging, and it saves your camera from hitting the tree, pole, or wherever you have this thing attached. So what we're going to do here is, because I have one additional of these little plastic doohobbies, I just made that word up, I'm just going to own it, I'm going to go with it. We're going to attach the wire, we're going to walk down with it, and before it gets down to the end, we're going to attach this. Now when setting up the wire light, you'll notice here it has a yellow band. So, and actually if you look at the remote, you have a start and you have an end point there, the yellow, so you want the yellow to be right over on this side. To set it up, it's a simple pull that little pin out, and this is how simple this thing is to set up. Swing it up around, swing it up around, and guys, we're all set. All right, so we are set up right now, and we're gonna be testing this out with 4 different cameras. We have about 75 meters of a 100 meter line that we're utilizing right here. The first camera that we're going to be testing out is going to be the Hero 7. We're talking about something that weighs about 116 grams. We're going to jump it up a little bit to the Insta360 X1. And so we're talking about 115 grams. So again, stepping it up a little bit. Then after that, we're going to really move it up. We're going to move to the Sony A6400 with a Sigma 60mm lens. And we're talking a total weight of 1.8 pounds. I remember to convert that one over to pounds. And then we're going to leave it off with the big guy, which is going to be the Panasonic GH5. And of course, we're going to be using a 12-16 Leica lens on that. Total weight of that one is going to be 2.3 pounds, and both of those all those do include the battery. So once we're going to get this zipping along here, we're going to go back and forth with the footage that you're going to see here. There's actually 3 modes on the controller that you really need to worry about. The first mode is normal, and that's going to give you a constant top speed of about 2.9 miles an hour. Then you can switch it over to sport mode, which is going to have a top speed of about 22 miles an hour. And then of course you have the ability to do time lapse right from there. So with that said, let's get this thing going and rock it from there. Start with the Hero 7, pull it out of my pocket here. We're going to screw this on. So again, when you think about why you want to use a wire light, is in situations like this, realistically, look at the distance here. There's no way in hell you can get a drone down through there, and when you factor in all the bumps in the ground and the unevenness, even with a gimbal, it's going to be a rough ride. You're going to have to be a real crafty ninja to make it down there and get that good smooth footage. We're live, we got a battery in here, we're off to the races, let's go. And again, so what we're going to do is we're just going to take it easy down there so we can get down there, put the other brake down at the other end, set the end point, and we're going to be golden. Let's go, come on.